Hello everybody, welcome to Casual Blue, where I play video games that I want to. Good rhyme. I'm going to start a series now, and I'm going to actually try to commit to this series. It's going to be Underrail Expedition. I've played this game a little bit, but it's hard, so I'm not necessarily guaranteed to do well here. I'll try to play as much. This is going to be completely unedited, just dumping it up on my secondary channel, just because I don't know. I wanted to play something, I wanted to record something, and I think this might be an interesting game. So I've played probably about 6 hours of this game, but I really have not made it very far. It's an interesting game. There's going to be probably a lot of saving and loading. And a lot of me dying, and a lot of me making poor decisions, and stuff like that. If you are an experienced Underrail player, I'd probably say turn off the video right now, because it's not going to be very enjoyable for you. I'm going to stumble through pretty much everything. But if you aren't an experienced Underrail player, or if you just want to listen to something or watch something pretty casual, then I'd recommend sticking around, maybe hitting the subscribe button to see more videos coming out in the future. And hey, if you're a fan of Dota 2, check out the main channel, because that's what I do mostly, Dota 2. Anyway, I'm not gonna resume. I'm gonna start a new game, starting on the normal difficulty, because normal, and the experience thing is cool. So the classic experience, you gain experience by killing enemies, completing quests, and utilizing certain skills. Sure, that's the classic experience. You know, if you play any other RPG, that's how experience works. But oddity is interesting. You gain experience by collecting oddities scattered across Underrail and by completing quests. Higher end oddities are found in progressively more dangerous and hard to access areas. No experience is granted for skill usage or killing, though some oddities are only dropped by creatures. Now this is really cool. It means, you know, you have to go and find things, and I think it's definitely a more immersive kind of XP system. And the only one I've used so far, and I think, you know, we've seen the classic XP system so many times, so I'm going to go with the oddity system. Now, this is something that can be very, very challenging here. The character creation. It's very easy, and I have done this, to completely soft lock yourself out of progression into the game. Like, you're stuck in such a position where you just can't do anything, and you've got a crap character because you've spent your skill points incorrectly. So I'm going to do something I've never tried before, and you know, if this doesn't work, I'll give it another go. I'll do something else next time. But I really want to try a psionic character, a character that uses psi skills. So I want to max out my will points, because that affects psi disciplines as well as psi point regeneration. Very important. I probably want a little bit in Constitution, because that increases my health points. I'm not sure how much I want, because the feats are going to matter, but I'll get to the feats in a second. What else do we want? We probably want Intelligence, because that increases our psi point regeneration. Now we're out. Do we want anything else? Maybe that's a bit too much in Constitution. I go into Agility, because that is dodge. Yes, it is dodging. Which, you know, might be useful, seeing as we're a psi user who doesn't want to get up close and personal, so being able to get out of the way of speeding bullets might be handy. Now the skill system. This is where we are going to need to put some points in. So, first of all, our psi skills. Now, you can see there's you know, everything's in different categories, and then it has, if you look to the right hand panel, it'll say, you know, so electronics, it has a related base ability. So my intelligence is going to increase my electronics by a certain degree. So if I put points in electronics, I've got 15 points in there, but I've actually got 17 points because of my intelligence. It gives you a percentage bonus, I think. And also hacking has a synergy of 10% with electronics. So the more points I have in electronics, the more like I get 10% better hacking. I share 10% or something like that. I'm not quite sure how it works exactly. But the thing is, there are kind of related abilities. So you kind of put things together. You end up getting, getting stuff that works with each other. Now, of course, we're going to be a psi character. If I put points into all of the psi disciplines, I'll be able to use all of them, and they have synergies with each other, so they'll end up boosting each other. But I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. I might try to specialize. Well, that's cool. Metathermics. I like that. Ability of mind to initiate and control rapid temperature changes and harness exothermic and endothermic energies. That sounds pretty good. You get some pyrokinesis. Thought control. Listen, I don't know much about temporal manipulation. I know there can be some really good skills for temporal manipulation. I just don't know really. Well, okay, let's chuck all their points in. I probably should have thought about this before doing the video. Okay, so say we spend all our points into our site, we've got 60 points left, and you can spend a maximum of 15 points in each discipline here at the start. Okay, evasion. Oh, I see. Okay, so one is for range, one is for melee. So dodge is for melee attacks, evasion is for range attacks, and also area of effect. Oh, what do we put points into? We put points into agility. It also affects initiative and movement points. Move more quietly, increasing stealth performance. But what if we put in dexterity? Operating locks, thievery, throwing, and initiative. It increases critical strike chance of melee attacks. High dexterity also reduces the action point cost of unarmed and light weapons. But we don't really need that, do we? Because we're not using any sort of weaponry. Okay, agility affects dodge and evasion. So we wanted that. That was a good choice. Now hacking, lockpicking, stealth, pickpocketing, and traps are all really handy. Some are more handy, especially the lockpicking and hacking are super handy to have, and they're going to increase your loot by a ton in the early game. Yeah, even I know this. Also, being able to craft things is also extremely handy. I think we'll probably go for tailoring, because being able to craft armor is really handy. How about we go electronics? Yes, we'll put points in electronics and tailoring. Maybe biology later on. Yeah, maybe biology later, because every time we level up, we get about 150 points to spend. And you can only increase a discipline by 15 each level up. So, we're alright. Now, do we want anything in hacking or lockpick? Probably do. That's going to leave us with 0 points. With nothing in dodge, evasion, or any of the social ones. The social ones are by far the least important. But they do give you access to cool, different ways to complete quests. There's tons and tons of ways to play this game. And basically all of them are viable. So I guess we won't do that at the moment. I think, you know what, let's just go for it. Now lastly we have feats. For feats, every feat has a requirement, so if we show them all, there are lots of them. Say, So for the Skinner feat, we need tailoring 15 and intelligence 7. The quality of leathers counts as if 20% higher in all your crafts. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool. So at the moment, we only have access to these feats. And let me see. I know a little bit about this stuff, but not tons. I know fast metabolism is good because Psi Boosters restoring an extra 25 Psi points is really good. I also know that Sprint is pretty good for us. Because it's going to allow us to reposition, and being a Psi character, we really don't want to be in melee range of a lot of things. So I might go for Sprint first. Oh, I can pick 2. I'll get Sprint and fast metabolism. Okay. Get Sprint and fast metabolism. And we'll see how we go with that. Again, I'm not sure. Let's play a... yeah, I like this one. I like that one. Okay. Yeah, we'll see with that. Listen, we'll just go with what we have right now. And we'll accept. We'll start. Now, there's going to be a lot of dialogue in this game. And I actually really enjoy the dialogue. So, I am going to be completely lore friendly. I'm going to read everything. I'm going to look at everything. I'm going to try to explore as much as I can. Because this game is a really rich atmosphere. So, just, again, if you're not into that, this probably isn't the video for you. Or the series for you. But I intend to have a fun time with this. I'm going to try to keep the episodes to around 30 minutes to an hour. Again, this is not... This is kind of meant as a long form kind of thing. Yeah, we'll see. See how it goes, basically. Alright. Adrian Tanner. Alright, last topic, of course. Earthquake repairs. Odd situation in the south tunnels. Gorski. Got to dig deeper to plant the explosives, or we risk more damage to the tunnel. Almost everyone is working shifts up there. Shouldn't be too long now. Odds. Gorski, how's the security looking? Got 1 man at the cave exit, and that's enough. As far as I'm concerned, automatic security is strong there, and as long as we know the crossroads and the cove are clear, no one can sneak up on us. Also got 1 man at the underpassages. He's been ordered not to open the gate no matter what. The last thing we need right now are those bloody lurkers sneaking up on us. Everyone else is up at the platform, securing workers and tunnels. Good. If no one has anything else to add, that will conclude the council meeting. Actually, just one more thing. In case you weren't informed, I already admitted a new citizen to the station. That's us. That blue girl, hahaha. Yes, I think she'll be a good addition to this station. Me and Wenzel are still at the range, but they should be done any moment now, I believe. You put too much trust in your tests, Tanner. All I care about is how she handles live action, not how many points she got. Well, we'll find out soon enough. As to put her to work immediately, we need all hands on deck right now. Indeed, that's all. Vera, Gorski. Okay. Again, I do know a little bit of the lore. Wenzel. An unexpected yawn interrupts Wenzel. He instinctively raises his left hand to cover his mouth, forgetting that he's wearing a respirator. A tiny smile creeps up on your face due to this very fact. Yet you understand, after so many hours of testing, these kind of lapses tend to sneak up on people. He soon continues. Excuse me. All in all, Blue, as far as I'm concerned, we're done here. We've got a few other things to do, but unless you'd like to have another go at the testing range, you have no reason to stay here any longer. I've done this tutorial, but for the purposes of this, let's do it again. His tired eyes aren't exactly radiating joy at your response, but he still nods. No problem, but I know it won't affect your previous result. I guess it's best we go through the whole procedure again if this is your first time on the range. Okay, I'll now open the gate for you to go through. As before, I'll be watching you through the cameras. We'll continue once you get past the gate. I'm ready, Wenzel. So, the game is played in this top-down view. I can hold tab right now to highlight all of the interactable things, and the red marker, the red cursor means if I interact with that, someone, they're going to be upset with me. So I can move the camera around. I click to move. Got inventory. And this is my hotbar down here. Anyway, can you hear me? Loud and clear. Great, now pick up your weapons and armor from the cabinet. I think there's also a few EMPs left on the shelf as well. Alright, press tab, this is just tutorial stuff. There'll be 3 bots fighting against you, just like the first time. So choose an appropriate weapon and make sure you wear that armor. There was a guy a few years ago who forgot to put his armor on, and well, it didn't end well. Take those bots out. I've done that before. Ring me when you're ready to proceed, or if you have any questions. Okay. I'll take everything. Probably doesn't really matter. Now, we'll put on the armor. Actually, our character changes. Very nice. Nice little unique thing. We'll put, I suppose, the sledgehammer in one hand and a pistol in the other. We need to reload our weapon. Ready to fire. And we also need to put our EMP grenades into our belt slots, or our utility slots. If they're not in those slots, we can't use them, and it costs action points, which you'll see in just a second, to put them into those slots if they're not already there. Alright, we are ready. Talk to the intercom. I'm here. This is all kind of tutorial stuff like, hey, what's a good weapon to use against a robot? Probably not a knife, maybe something like an EMP grenade, etc, etc. This is just be a little bit of introduction. So, okay, this is going to be the combat. So now we're in the combat mode. I've got my action points and movement points over there. So there are only a certain amount of things I can do in each turn due to my point restrictions. Now, the movement points are displayed by the yellow, and then the action points are displayed by the green, and then obviously the red here is me going over the top, so I can move and not take up any action points. But if I move over the budget of my movement points, then it starts eating into my action points. So I'll move forward. I have very bad chances to hit all of these robots, but basically the way it wants you to do it is to actually throw an EMP grenade. Now I'm really bad at throwing, I suppose, because I completely missed 2 of them. Now, I actually don't think, no, it's on cooldown for 6 more turns. So I guess we may as well just start whacking it. No, not enough action points to hit him with the hammer. What about to shoot him? No, not enough action points. So we'll finish the turn. Now the robot's going to take its turn. The other 2 are completely stunned, so they're not going to be able to do anything, but I suppose we'll just try to hit. Oh, we short-circuited him. Hey, that's handy. I'm not sure if that was intent to happen, or if I just got lucky. The steel sledgehammer. Yeah, okay. Alright. Good job, Blue. Now I want you to pick up the items from that locker. There should be a battery, a hacksaw, and 2 lockpicks inside. Yawns. Use the lockpick to unlock the door. In the next room, you'll have to unlock the footlocker as well as that box before I let you through. Okay, it's going to teach us how to use lockpicks and things. Cool. Okay. So again, we want to be putting things onto our hotbar. Now the hacksaw is an energy-based item, so we've got a bunch of energy cells. We can recharge our energy item. Everything that takes energy, it has that same sort of. Okay, locked. Lockpicking 1. Well, we'll use our lockpick. Don't need to do any sort of silly minigame or something like that. We just click on the lockpick, click on the door, use yourself a lockpick, and we're through. Alright, footlocker. Again, it is locked. Easy, we've opened it up, nothing there though. And for this little crate, we can hack it. Basically the same thing as lockpicking, except Obviously, there's going to be some electronic locks that can't be picked, and there's also going to be some mechanical locks that can't be hacked, as well as some other things like, you know, interactive environment kind of stuff, such as hacking into a computer system to take control of a robot or something like that. Good, good. Now for the final room. You've got one sentry bot and a camera. Try to sneak around the bot if you can. This one will not shut down after one hit, just to let you know. So this is going to teach us about stealth mode. By the way, the camera can see you no matter how good you think you're hiding, so it'll be best if you are able to avoid his line of sight completely. So stealth is really important in this game because it's going to let you change... it's going to let you initiate combat on your terms. So if you attack out of stealth mode, you automatically get the first hit. It doesn't matter what your initiative is. And if someone else breaks you out of stealth mode, then they get the first movement and attack, no matter how high your initiative is. Obviously, it does lower your movement speed a little bit, but it's still extremely, extremely important. Successful play, really. Alright, we've got that camera sitting right there, although we can't see it. There'll be a little eye appearing on top of things when we're in vision to be seen. There we go. Okay, oh, we better back off. I don't think it's seen us. Oh! Robot's short chasing us though. And, well, I wasn't able to sneak around it. I haven't actually ever successfully done that. Anyway. We'll just give him the old EMP grenade and, well, go through the rest of the mission. Can you destroy the camera? I never even tried. But, yes, even though we've disabled the bot, again, it's not gonna disable. We're gonna go to the end. When we're completely out of combat, when we're sufficient distance away, we will stop having to use the same action point system, and there we go. Alright. That's it. We'll go talk to Wenzel again. Well done, Blue. Hope you're satisfied now. He yawns. I could do another one. But I think we are done. Or maybe I can have a chat to him. Nope. Okay, it's not going to take another one. I'm done here. It's time to check out my new room. I have no doubt you'll like it. I have yet to see any newcomers complain, he laughs. Nothing more to say than congratulations again, Blue. Welcome to Southgate Station. Go and get some rest. See you around, Wenzel. Again, I'm gonna read everything out because I like the law like that. If you don't like that, that's alright. Alright, this is our room. Again, this is all the stuff we can look at. We can check out our art. Colourful mosaic doesn't seem to represent anything in particular. Got nothing in the footlocker. I suppose we could just put some stuff there. What about shelves? Oh, nothing in the shelves. Ah, here we go. Desk. Okay. We got SSG credits, compass, and a private quarters keycard. Personal computer. Security scope blue. Access level full. Alright. Personal messages. New messages 2. Feed message welcome from Tanner. That'll welcome author Tanner. Congratulations, you have passed all the tests we presented to you in the past week and have now obtained a full citizenship in Southgate Station. On behalf of the entire community, I welcome you into our fold. Visit me in my office in the Commons as soon as you've rested so we can discuss your duties in the coming days. Okay. The new one. Hi, I fixed your door so the keycard should work fine now. If you haven't found it yet, the keycard should be in your desk. I'll see you around. Okay. We can turn on the lights, I suppose. Again, you know, shadow light does affect your sneaking. The hanged rat. Whoop, that wasn't what I meant to click on. What could it mean? I don't know. Open the locker. We got some bandages and some health hypos, which are going to be quite important at helping us stay alive. Okay. We can pickpocket, we can stealth, and we can just straight up attack things. And we don't really have too much inventory. We do have the private keycard, which we used. Let's see. Again, anything, if it comes up as an orange icon on our cursor, that means we are free to loot things. Obviously, if we try to get into that door, it's not going to let us because we don't own it. These ones apparently we can get into. Oh, okay, bathrooms. Anything to loot? Not really. Yep. Alright. Nothing to see here. Because the loot is going to be completely randomized. In most circumstances, I think. Or at least in my experience it has. But we're going to try to loot everything just because, you know, it's good to do so. Alright, so we needed to go to the Commons and Cantina to meet that guy. Alrighty. Got shelves. Nothing. Nothing. Bathrooms. Nothing in here. Okay, we need to go to this guy's office, and that is down here. It's Hadrian Tanner, I remember the guy from the start. The man behind the desk is Hadrian Tanner, the counsellor who admitted you into Southgate Station. Even during your first encounter with him, he struck you as an unusual looking individual. Setting aside his impressive stature, one finds it difficult to not notice how his thick, bushy hair and beard envelop most of his head. That, in addition to his opaque glasses covering his eyes, which you've never noticed him without, means you can see very little of his face and its expression. His somewhat dirty scavenger outfit, which he wore earlier as well, clashes with a clean and finely furnished office, suggesting that Tanner probably does most of his work out in the field. As soon as he finishes typing, he raises his head and reaches out to shake your hand. His big hand, tucked into dark brown gloves, makes yours seem like that of a child's in comparison. And you especially feel his large fingers to be twice as thick as yours. Boss fight? Anybody? His deep voice feels distant and calming when he addresses you. Congratulations once again, Blue, and welcome to our small community. You scored very well in our tests, so no small feat. I'm sure you'll turn out to be a valuable and respected citizen, but more importantly, I hope you'll find peace and kinship here, which are so hard to come by in the chaos surrounding us. I'll try my best not to disappoint. That's good to hear. I hope the earthquake didn't disturb you much and you were able to rest a bit from all the testing. You have much work to do today. Events have transpired that require your attention. Are you ready for some field work? Ready and able. What's up? There are multiple events I need you to take part in, but one thing at a time. First, you can have your weapon back. Lucas at the armory should have it. And while you're there, you might want to drop by the shooting range. Since you'll be doing some field work today, it might not be a bad idea to warm up in case things get ugly. Speak to Gorski if he's there. He'll help set you up for some practice sessions. However, that is entirely up to you. Understood. And what is this field work you mentioned? Down the tunnels below our station, just to the north of the Crossroads Cavern, lies a series of abandoned outposts. These outposts were built by another station a long while ago for the purpose of scouting and defense. In time, they fell to decay. I want you to retake them, so that they might once again serve the same purpose. However, in order to do so, you'll need to activate the main power generator that's located inside of them. Harold from the engineering sector thinks he knows how to get the generator operational, so you should be your first step after we are done here. As far as I'm aware, there are a total of 5 outposts, plus the one with the generator. I don't know if it's possible to activate all of them, but try to activate at least 3. You may also want to talk to Jonas at the Crossroads Watch Post. It's down in the tunnels just outside the station. You'll be passing through there anyway. He's one of our most experienced scavengers, and he's probably seen more of the South Underrail than any of us here. He'll surely have some advice for you. Okay. Why are we taking these outposts? It's an important strategic position, should certain factions attempt to encroach further into our zone of control. Besides, clearing them out will also push some of the unwanted wildlife further away from SGS, Southgate Station. It was also beneficial in that regard. What factions are you talking about? Protectorate is my main concern, though I do not expect any military action for them. They're always looking for ways to pressure us into reconsidering our official policy of neutrality. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of information about the world we live in. Obviously this is going to be some sort of post-apocalypse. We are in a subterranean station. Yeah, I don't know. Also, farther to the north and to the west of our station, there are organized bandit groups, oh dear, which may not be able to track their movements well, so we should not discard the possibility that they might try operating through the tunnels. Alright, I'll be off then. Oh, one more thing before you go. Pasquale. Pasquale? A station's chief physician wants to see you and should probably pop down to his office in the medical sector when you have the time. Got it. See you later. Alright, nothing in here. Yeah, he's gonna notice if we steal anything. Let's see, anything in the barrel? Looking here. Be like a classroom. Ooh, okay. We've got a patching kit and a steel crowbar. Crowbar's a weapon. We can chuck that in one of our hand slots. Not that we really need it, or are going to be using it. But can we use it for anything actually? Special ability is force ventilation shaft. Forces open a ventilation shaft. It won't be able to close afterwards. Okay, so this is actually a tool we can use. These kitchen cabinets, but this is something I learned from my previous playthrough as well. You close these doors, and we can see you, and you can freely loot the kitchen cabinets and steal all of the poor people's hard-earned food. Grab some of that too. What's in here? We're just going to be absolute menaces. Elves. No. Okay. Well, we're not going to be able to steal anything from out here, other than the footlockers. Okay. Well, we can... All the named characters are usually important. We've got, obviously, Jack Quicksilver up there, Ethan, and Arlene. Then worker, commoner, security guard, etc. Let's talk to everybody. Arlene. You met Arlene during your testing period. She's in charge of food preparation and rationing. Oops. We used to make fun of Tanner's stupidly high demands when admitting new people. Not the end of the world if we get someone imperfect, we said. And here you are, bringing us earthquakes on day one. Very funny, Arlene. I was only kidding. Don't take it too seriously. Anyway, what do you need? All right. Well, let's get some information first. Who's that dandy over there? Well, I don't know which dandy she's referring to, but over there, that's Ethan Lanford. Can you tell me about him? He's a handsome man. Comes to SGS from time to time. Always dressed sharp as a razor. Always flirting with the ladies. No expectations. No exceptions. I've seen him entertain quite a number of them. Well, myself included, with some unusual psionic tricks. Oh, psionics. Interesting. Tricks? Well, he's what you call a temporal manipulator. One of those psi abilities, but the thing he does I've never seen anyone else do. He can manipulate time, but only for specific objects, like slowing down a fly so it swings in slow motion, or making things hover in air, that sort of stuff. It's all parlor tricks, fun and unusual. Good to attract the ladies. His good looks and charisma make them stick around though. That's his real magic. Know anything else about him? Where he's from? What does he do? Not much. He's talkative, but reveals little about himself when you think about it. No one really knows where he's from or what he does. Usually comes alone, maybe leaves with a girl, maybe not. Depends. Always drinks fizzy water. Yes, has that temporal manipulation thing going for him. And that's all I know, really. Oh yeah, dresses as sharp as a... Oh wait, I said that already. Interesting. Thanks. There's something else I wanted to ask you. Earthquake. So there's obviously been an earthquake somewhere. For us, not that bad. The south tunnel collapsed, so the train is out for a while. Okay, well there you go. The station itself didn't suffer any major damage as far as I know. I heard it's much worse up north. Something about a Union's freighter crashing and getting buried under a side rail near Core City. Girl, I can already imagine all the vermin crawling out of their holes to take a bite of that cake. And I'm not talking about rat hounds. What else is new besides the earthquake? Gorski's gathering up his squad. Don't know what they're up to, but they're armed. Oh. Got any rumors? Rumor has it that there are quite a number of people sitting outside United Stations Embassy in Junkyard. Guess they've been feeding them good. There's been very little pirate activity lately. The Black Eels seem to be doing a damn fine job. Harlan told me he's starting to see more and more lurkers near the underpassage exit. Pretty sure lurkers are really dangerous. Apparently, the free drones are becoming more and more active in the South Underrail. Some of them say they even have a hideout in the junkyard. Captain Savannah recently told me about another poor soul sailing to the Silent Isle. Haven't seen him since. I heard Mordre has been acquiring some quality cigars lately. I wonder who his supplier. Man. I guess Jackass still hadn't got rid of old Chopper. Homo victim fan. So there's like serial killer in the junkyard. Okay, we've got all the way around. This is all of the info. That's barter. Now, there is no direct buying and selling. It's all based on a barter system. So you offer, you request, you offer, and then of course there's like a bar of, you know, if I want this for free, he's going to not refuse that at all, but if I auto calculate that, it's going to put in the right amount of credits, and then she'll accept it. We don't want that. We can probably sell her some of the food we stole from her. Probably sell that. All cold damage taken, don't really need that. Increases strength by 1, don't really need that. Agility by 1, don't think we need that. Oh, we might take agility. Okay, she's looking to buy 3 foodstuffs, and there we go, that's the 3. Even though we could sell her more, she's only looking to buy 3, so that's it. We'll get that trade. We'll get a couple of credits, 85, that's pretty good. And that's it. Alright, Ethan. Talk to Ethan. You see a stunning, well-dressed young man. Even though his clothing is neither arresting nor is it expensive looking, every item he's wearing has been carefully selected and combined with one another to form an elegant, flirtatious style, rather than being a mishmash of items permanently borrowed from dead bodies, like everyone else wears, decomposing by the tracks or in ditches, which tend to be one of the primary sources of free clothing in Underrail. Ha ha ha. In his hand, a glass of fizzy water. He puts it down and focuses on you, smiling warmly. His teeth are so white, he almost looks like a living toothpaste ad. May I help you? How's the water? He pauses briefly before answering. Fizzy, as it should be. Right. Are you Ethan Lenford? Yes, I am Ethan. He smiles. You are? I'm a newly admitted resident of the Southgate station. Good. What can I do for you? Anything interesting going on? Not much. Unfortunately, the caravan has us all trapped in here. So, like a lot of people, I'm waiting for the tracks to get cleared before I can move on. However, now that I have such lovely company, I suppose I wouldn't mind the workers getting some rest. He smiles. So you're the travelling type. Well, there's a good reason why I travel a lot, you see. I'm a temporal manipulator, a psionic. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm a bit of a, how shall I say, expert in my field. We are a rare kind, us temporal manipulators. And there isn't many of us walking around, so if you happen to be a psionic looking for some tutoring in the discipline of temporal manipulation, I am your man. He takes a sip of his water, his eyes firmly fixed on you. Huh. Well, what can you tell me about it? Temporal manipulation is a psionic discipline that allows one to manipulate time in many different ways. Accelerate it, decelerate it, suspend it, reverse it. Before you get your hopes up, the effects are on a local level, meaning that one's reshaping or even disfigurement of the structure of the universe will not have large-scale consequences, but rather only affect a small part of space-time, just that very part of it being manipulated. I understand if you find this difficult to comprehend. It's not an accessible subject, really. Regardless, it is an immensely powerful discipline in the right hands, but is sadly underused. You should consider yourself lucky. But why is it underused? Well, it is. He stops and peers inquisitively into your eyes, smiling warmly before pointing his finger at you. Actually, I would like to hear what you think is the reason. I'm just curious. Huh. It's only for attractive people. I'm going to say time is difficult to understand. That is correct. You're thinking well, but that is barely scratching the surface. To become a master or temporal manipulator, one needs time. Time to manipulate, time to practice, time to experience. The first one is in the very core of our universe, space-time. We manipulate the temporal, but for space-time to remain in balance, the spatial must react. The second one, as with any skill, one needs to extensively train, develop his abilities in order to become proficient at them. It takes time to practice. One is also practicing on time itself. But the third point, that is the most important one, the thing that sets temporal manipulation apart from other side disciplines. Temporal manipulation, on its most basic level, does not possess the destructive power of any other discipline. No pyrokinetic fireballs or accelerated ice shards, no way to drive your enemies derailed, cause them to fight each other or against the horrors plucked out of their very own minds. Manipulating time requires temporal experience. With other disciplines, even if one doesn't understand their meaning, one can achieve much through simply understanding the mechanics with temporal manipulation. Mechanics only have meaning if you understand the passage of time. This is already complicated. It is something one might not be, in fact definitely cannot be, able to truly understand without sufficient experience. And that comes when one has just the right amount of time available to him. Most have plenty, too much, and that is why they waste it. Those who don't, they chase it, but they might have plenty available to chase. Now those who have experienced it running out, those realize its true value. You're implying it takes an old person to be a good manipulator. You look pretty damn young. I am more than just young, he smiles. But that is perhaps beside the point. I do look young, yes, but I have experience. I may be one of the best, which I admit doesn't say much considering there aren't many of us out there, but I still have a life ahead of me to truly acquire the experience I told you about. However, I have been taught by the best, you see. Yes, Arthur Kane, my mentor, and a true master of temporal manipulation, has helped me understand certain important things much earlier than I normally would. But that is a whole other story. Let's hear about Arthur. Have some other time. It's a long story and I, don't feel like telling it right now. Well, okay, being coy. Some other time. Oh, anything interesting going on? Okay, we've already heard that. What do you think of Southgate Station? I've been here before many times and will return again if time allows. There are places where more fun can be had. Nothing tops Core City in that regard, but at least not in the South Underrail. But Southgate Station is a place where I find most relaxing. It is safe, well defended, station with civilized citizens and good-looking, decent women. Alright. The earthquake sort of forced me to stay here, but I don't mind. Moreover, I'd rather be stuck in here with you, some low-life infested bar, worrying whether someone is going to stab me in the back. Or we'll be going after the rocks have been cleared. I'm thinking Core City, probably Core City, but the life of a traveller is an unpredictable one. Why are you drinking fizzy water? Water is the best drink. The fizz simply makes it a bit more interesting. He smiles and put his hands above the half-full glass, palm facing down. Moments pass into silence. The bubbles are slowing down. Another second flies by. They have stopped, as if the water itself has become frozen and trapped the bubbles inside. Yet when he shakes the glass, the water is moving freely around the incarcerated carbon dioxide. You wait, his hand still hovering over the glass. The bubbles remain motionless at first, but then they begin to rise slowly in unison, accelerating until they reach their maximal speed. Neat, huh? Psionic. Well, yes. We already know this. What I used to get bubbles mentioned was a variety ability called stasis. Nibble trick. The ability itself holds much more power than what I've demonstrated. Right. Interesting. Well, he's not going to teach us anything. I don't even think, like, we didn't. I don't think we put any points in temporal manipulation, did we? I forget. Can I? There's surely a way I can see that, right? Yeah. I did, okay. Maybe we can learn something. Okay. Well, maybe not yet, I suppose. Maybe later. Jack Quicksilver. Haven't seen you around before. You stuck in this hole now as well? No, actually, I'm new here. Name's Jack Quicksilver. Where are you from, Jack? I'm not a citizen of any place, if that's what you're asking. I travel around a lot. When I'm not on a train, I spend most of my time in Core City. Sure. What brought you here in the first place? A lucrative business opportunity. But it slipped past me, unfortunately. What happened with your business opportunity? It's a business secret. If you're interested in doing some work, though, that's something I can arrange. What kind of work? Package delivery. I'll pay you in SGS credits, 100 pieces. That's a decent amount of credits. Tell me the details. It beckons you closer. You know where the GMS warehouse block is? I do. As I've been around the Southgate station before, so I do know where it is. Sure. First, go to the barracks at the station platform here in SGS. The key will open one of the foot lockers, and the package will be inside. Hands you the key. Take the package to the warehouse block. Take the package to the warehouse block to the building just south of the GMS compound. A man will be waiting for the package there. You'll get your money. Alright. I will not speak of this again until the job is done. Well, alright. Oh, goodness. We've been on for 47 minutes already. Lots of lore. Anyway, let's try to finish up all of the talking. And then the next episode we can go actually do something. Alright, so where do we want to go? We want to go to the armory and shooting range. That's right, and to get a weapon back. Alright. Oh, that's a training area. Oh, of course. Alright. Hey, Lucas. A short man rises from behind his desk with a grenade case in his hands. Heavy case meets the top of the desk with a thud, raising your eyebrows, which in turn makes the man's face turn into a smile. He removes his glove and shakes your hand, with a strong, perhaps too strong grip before addressing you. Don't worry, Blue. I ain't gonna blow us up. Nope. Anyway, Venzel told me you'd be staying with us for a while. For a while, at least. Well, friend, make yourself at home. Can I have my weapon back? Of course, it was the 5mm pistol and some ammo, if I recall correctly, right? This one? He produces a pistol that is in such bad condition, people would pay to get rid of it. Okay, so I can risk my persuasion, but I didn't put any points in persuade, so I don't think I'll go for any of those. I could decide on a crossbow, different 5mm pistol, or a knife. Well, let's just go. It was a 5mm pistol, but not that one. Then whose? Oh, this has got to be Newton's gun. My bad. Here you go. He hands you your weapon. There, with that out of the way, may I interest you in a couple more things, huh? Sure, let's trade. What does he have for sale? I think armor is probably going to be the most important thing for us early on. Rat Hound leather armor? Or a balaclava? An illuminized balaclava gives us 3% heat resistance. Wow. How much do you want for that? 124 credits. It's like half our credits. Okay. Yeah, we can't really afford to buy anything much from him. We could go to the shooting range, but I don't think that's completely necessary. Let's actually equip our pistol. And reload our weapon. Okay, where else do we need to go? Medical. Bodybuilder. Broad muscles. This them's gains. Gains indeed. Pardon me. I got a drink. Alright. Pasquale the Doctor. Ah, hello Blue. First of all, let me congratulate you on your admittance into our little station. I'm sure you'll love it here. It's good that you came. I actually wanted to talk to you about some of the results from all the tests we did earlier. What exactly? You see, the results show you have certain amounts of psionic potential. Oh. How much potential? I'm not exactly sure until I run some more DNA tests, but it's there. Okay, let me just tell you a bit about the psionic potential first. It's a relatively rare, inheritable complex generated trait that triggers development of certain otherwise latent components in the brain. Or it allows a person to perform some subtle psionic invocations, such as influencing the minds of others, as well as some not so subtle ones, such as causing radical temperature changes and telekinetic manipulations. How do I realize this potential? You must first disable your psionic inhibitor. It is a neural structure in your brain that prevents you from accessing your psionic projection centers. This machine was designed to prevent the infants from unwittingly harming themselves or those around them. There are ways to do this by extended meditation, but this can take years. We have more efficient methods nowadays. He reaches into his pocket and takes out a very large red pill. In his pocket? This pill will take care of the inhibitor right away, but there's one side effect I am obliged to mention. The majority of users experience immediate and significant weakening of their immune system. Pardon me. When I say majority, I mean everyone. To put it bluntly, it will severely affect your health. Okay. Dangerous or painful? No. Just maybe a bit dangerous. It's not painful at all. Much. You might get a bit woozy, but that's it. Well, okay. Let's swallow the pill. You force the large pill down, and for a while, nothing happens. I don't think it's working. Okay, something's happening. Ah, good, you're awake. How are you feeling? My head hurts. What happened? Disabling the inhibitor seems to have caused a sonic surge, but you're alright now. While you were out, I took the liberty of performing some more DNA testing to determine the actual levels of psionic potential, and it is great! I suggest you start your training immediately. Also, take these. He hands you a pair of syringes filled with blue liquid. These psi boosters will help increase your psionic recovery rate. Basically, they'll allow you to use more psi abilities within a certain period of time that you normally could. They're fairly cheap, work fast, have no major side effects, and are equally useful to beginners and experienced psionics alike. There isn't a reason not to have a couple of them when you're going out there. Cool. How do I start learning psionic abilities? You'll have to talk to those already adept and see if they'll teach you. We have two very good specialists in our station. Quentin is well versed in metathermics, which is the area of psionic development that deals with instigating rapid temperature changes and chemical reactions. He used to be one of Biocorp's researchers working on new applications of psionics. You'll find him on the agronomy level. Bison is our martial arts expert. He can teach you psychokinetics and how to effectively use it in unarmed combat if that's something you're interested in. He's usually in the gymnasium across the hall, but I think he's helping with clearing up tunnels right now, so you'll likely find him at the station platform. Thought control discipline is considered to be nefarious, and is also the hardest to get really good at. I'm not sure who here can teach you. I've heard rumors that Ezra, the chief of engineering, is actually a powerful mind controller, but I don't know if that's true. Most people here, including me, know nothing about Ezra, so it might just be that some of them are making this stuff up. And there's that temporal manipulation, which purportedly allows you to control time itself. I've never seen it in action. It's a discipline few practice. I've heard a man that goes by the name of, what was it? Ethan Langford? Well, we know him. Yes, Ethan Langford. I've heard that he is a practitioner of the discipline. He's not from around here, but he does visit SGS from time to time. In fact, I saw him in the bar moments ago. In any case, I'm sure Arlene knows more about him. Ask her if you're interested. Alright, anyway, I've got to get back to work now. If you have more questions, you can come see me anytime. Sorry, mate, I'm goofing up my stuff. I'm not speaking correctly, but okay, let's try to loot everything. Okay, so we have unlocked our psionic potential, but did we sacrifice anything? Oh, okay, we can have... Allows the character to learn and invoke side abilities, but their base health is reduced by 25%. Ah, okay. That's what the immune system is. We just have 25% less health, which is not awesome, but whatever. It is the cost of doing business here. Surgeon. Get a bullet popped out. Not really. Nothing else for us to do here. Let's go. Yeah, maybe? Again, this is going to be a bit of a long one to start off with, but promise there'll be more action soon. Okay, can't do that, need hacking. Whatever. Okay. Engineering and cyber labs. We need to go to talk to the engineers. Alrighty. Oh, can't. Those shelves. Oh, can't get in there. Can't talk, friend. Gotta get this expansion done. Okay. Ah, that's Ezra. Okay. About Wayne. Okay, talk to Ezra if you need something important. Sure. Ezra. As he turns around to face you, you immediately notice there is something off with this man. His face is pale and hairless. He's missing one of his eyes, and instead, wires protrude from his eye socket, traveling over the side of his face and disappearing down the back of his neck. The other eye is almost colorless, with the pupils so contracted that you question whether he can even see at all. He speaks with a calm, even voice. Hello, Blue. I am Ezra. I act as the head network administrator and chief of the entire engineering sector. Are you blind, Ezra? Ezra raises his hand slowly and extends it towards you. He holds two of his fingers in front of your face for a moment, each pointing at one of your eyes before retracting the hand. Okay, that's interesting. What exactly is it you do here? Me specifically, the cyber department, or the engineering sector? Well, how about you? I make sure all parts of the station's internal network are communicating properly and securely, and that all scripts are running as they should. I also oversee all operations of the engineering sector. What about the cyber department? We maintain and improve the station's internal network. We write programs for all automated systems in the station. What is the engineering sector? We construct, deconstruct, research, upgrade. Listing all the specific things we do would take too much of my time. Go around and talk to people working here. They might be willing to let you know the details of their projects. I hear you're a powerful mind controller. Is that true? Ezra remains silent and just stares at you. If this is true, I'd like to learn from you. He just keeps staring at you. Stare back at him. At first, nothing happens, and the two of you just stand there staring at each other. Your thoughts slowly drift away from what you are doing, and you almost don't even notice that you're losing control of your own body. The world around you blurs away, until the only thing you can clearly see is Ezra's one eye staring at you. It seems as if it's not looking at your face, but through it, into your mind. Oh, we do have lots of points in will, so I think the will check will be good. You feel Ezra's surprise as you fight back, and for a moment you're able to break his grip on you. Continue focusing and attempt to take control of him. Break off eye contact and attempt to disengage, or quickly reach for a weapon and attack before you can take control again. I feel like pulling out a gun is probably not the best idea. Let's break off. Your will is stronger than I expected, Blue. Consider this your first lesson. I want to learn more. What was that lesson? I can teach you how to short-circuit the brains of others, instill fear in them, or break their mind. Okay, but we actually need higher levels than we have at the moment, so can't do that. What do you have to trade, though? Okay, we've got thought-controlling headbands that increases our abilities, which are nice. And goggles. Mines, lockpicks. Well, I can see how lockpicks and a hacksaw might be handy. I don't think we need a Mark II, because Mark II up to 22 difficulty rating with this device, and the Mark I can do up to 17 difficulty. Well, we've got the money, why not? And we'll buy one energy cell along with it. How much is that going to cost? 68. Listen, we made that much just from stealing food, so that's fine. We'll accept that trade. We can replace some of the stuff we're not going to use. Oh. And we can charge that item. Very cool. Okay, we've got a hacksaw ready to use, if we want one. Alrighty. Harold, this is the guy I need to talk to. Howdy, you must be the new girl. Name's Harold. I'm in charge of this little workshop here. Nice to meet you, Harold. I'm Blue. So, you're looking for something specific or just looking around? Anna says you know a way to restore power to the outposts to the north. Yes, that's right. You know it's right. I remember taking a look at the power generator there a while back. I couldn't do anything about it back then because I didn't have this. Here, I'm just with the boxes that are on the table before producing something resembling an energy core. Here, it's a Fox controller. Insert it into the slot at the front of the power generator. It should get it running again. After that, you ought to be able to reactivate all the outposts. I'm afraid you have to do that manually though. You see, each of them has a switch that cuts off the power in case of a hazard. Got it. Thanks, I'll give it a try. What else do you do? Anything to trade? Just crafting components, it looks like. More lockpicks, but I don't need more lockpicks, I suppose. An Omni tool can be handy, but I don't think we need one. Acid collector. Goodness, okay. And these barrels. Metal scraps. Cool. Listen, it's free. What was that? Rubber balls. Hey, Goran. This is kind of a man's corner. What are you doing? Watching the game. Alright, well, where else do we need to go? I think there was one more place. Agronomy and pens, that's right. Oh, actually no, we need to... yeah, is this where? I think this is the right place. Yes, looks like it. Alrighty. Quinton, you come up to a rangy man with long hair who is cutting open the head of a large monstrous creature. Formerly an untamable beast, it is now but a stiff volunteer to post-mortem dissection. To science! And soon enough, the man makes the final incision, after which he pushes his hand through to extract a single long, sharp spine. Greenish, sticky fluid dribbles out of the opening and all over the floor as the man wipes the spine clean before laying it aside. And that is the moment in which he notices you. Careful, you don't want to get in contact with this toxin. He returns, cutting through the creature as he talks to you. My name is Quinton. Don't bother introducing yourself, I know who you are. You're Blue, and you just got admitted to the station. I checked your hand, but you can see why that wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, okay. What kind of creature is that? It's a burrower. It's one nasty creature that digs around, laying eggs all over the place. They are more numerous deeper underground, but you can still find a few roaming the lower Underrail and the surrounding caves. If you meet one, be careful. It will spit a thick, hard spines at you. They're coated with poison. Ugh, what are you doing? I'm collecting its poison glands, but you can use those to produce other chemicals or to coat crossbow bolts. It's in that room over there. We're growing mushrooms of different kinds there. Of course, most notably the mind shroom. They are one of the most potent and certainly one of the safest psionic catalysts. The largely popular psi boosters are made from mind shrooms, in case you don't know. I thought you can teach psionics. Yes, that is correct. Are you interested in learning, perhaps? Yes, will you teach me? I heard that you scored highly on Tanner's tests. So yes, I will teach you what I can. If you perform a little task for me. What task is that? You see, I was conducting some experiments on rat hounds a while back. It was quite close to a breakthrough as well, until a little accident happened and Brett forced me to get rid of the creatures. Now, I cannot finish the experiment not here anyway. Well, what experiment? I was working on developing a substance that would transform the muscle of other types of tissue into a potent fertilizer for mind shrooms. What happened? Well, I never really had an appropriate place to keep the rat hound, so I drilled breathing holes into a couple of those large crates and kept them here. Turns out I underestimated them, and after a while they chewed their way out of their predicament. What do you need me to do? I prepared the final version of the concoction and filled a set of crossbow bolts with it. I need you to go out into the caves and shoot a rat hound with it, and then once it's dead, collect a tissue sample from around the wound. Doesn't sound too hard. If you don't have a crossbow, you can borrow mine. It's in that locker there in the corner. Well, I can get time to use it much these days anyway. And if I do this, you'll teach me for free. I'll teach you one psi ability for free. You have to pay for the rest. Well, whatever. Okay. We got putrefying bolts, and we need to open the locker and find this guy's crossbow. Yep. Nice. Oh. What's in the barrel? Nothing. Alright. We can't get in there. Definitely locked up. What about here? Oh, hey Logan. We're gonna hydroponics. It doesn't look like they're gonna let me take anything here, but I can just scavenge some scraps. Whatever. Big Brett. Hey, Brett. You must be Blue. They call me Big Brett. You've passed all the tests, I see. Couldn't have been easy. Those were just getting harder and harder in recent years. They were pretty hard, but I like challenges. You're going to love it here then. So what brings you to the pens? What is this place? This is the agronomy sector. We grow and harvest all kinds of plants. We also breed animals for food. In short, it's our job to provide food to the station in any way possible. Anything for sale? Traps, nets, and dog crates. Cool. Looking to buy 8 plants of fungi. Don't have anything. Okay, we've got cave hoppers and pigs. Go live among the pigs. Well, doesn't look like I can do anything else here. Well, okay, we can go through there. And we got a bunch of boxes. Oh yeah. Nice. Very, very good. Our box. Can we get to that? Okay, it's on the other side of the other side. To go through there, but that's not able to be opened. Anyway. Okay. So we've gone To the armory. Go on to the comms. We haven't gone to the administration library. We don't need to. We already started in our private quarters. And we've already been to medical and sonics. Okay, so we'll go to the cave, tunnel exit, and docks. Alrighty. Hey Malcolm. Man greets you with a warm smile. Ah, Blue, good to finally meet you. I'm Malcolm, how can I help you? Need to get down to the caves. Remember to activate all the thingos and turn the things on and, you know. You didn't get your access card, right? Yeah, so you should have it around here somewhere. He starts looking through drawers. There it is. He produces a small red access card and passes it to you. Now listen here. This is the procedure. When you want to leave, you let me know and I'll open the inner gate. Then you step into the transition room. Then I close the inner gate and then I open the outer gate. Off you go. Makes sense? Alright. Now, when you want to get back in, use the card I have on the console outside. Stand in front of the camera so I can confirm it's you. Then I'll open the outer gate. Earlier, we used to do a bioscan every time someone passed, but since no one ever showed up positive, it became a nuisance. What if I do contracted disease? Then be kind enough to inform me so I can activate the turrets. Then they'll shred you to pieces, while we'll burn the remains and everything's good. He chuckles, just kidding. Or am I? Open the gate, please. I'm off to the caves. Oh, and here's a tip for you. If you find yourself surrounded by rat hounds, use flares to scare them away. They'll be back, though, so try not to stick around. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. You're good to go. Alright. Well, it seems like a good place to end. It's been pretty boring early on. We didn't do too much. We did a lot of talking, but that's kind of what happens in this game. There's lots of lore, lots of interesting stuff to go through, and there'll be some more interesting stuff happening next episode. Anyway, if you did enjoy the first episode, and if you are looking forward to the series, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe if you want to see some more. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.